Welcome to another episode of the shop walk around for Ironworks Speed and Customs. Roger's going to take us through this month's activities of what's going on in the shop.
Yeah, we've cleaned up most of the mess from Grand National. So we got our 4 cars down there. So we had 4. Yeah, we had 4 down there. Ranch wagon, 35 Chevy, black Cherry Chevelle, and Bill's black Chevelle. Those were all down there, looking good. Came back, had a little rain, slowed us up. We had some other stuff to fix for some other people that we'll see where we get into that. I don't know. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess.
You got a lot of Chevelles sitting here.
We got a lot of Chevelles. I need to talk to you about that whole Chevelle factory thing. Because I think it's kind of false advertising on your part.
Yeah, well.
There's nothing about pre-runners and 40s.
So what you're saying is I need to pull the Chevelle out and do some Chevelle activities.
I think you need
or forfeit the Chevelle factory over to you.
I would go with that. Yeah.
I will be delighted. I accept your offer for one of the Legacy Series Chevelles for that title name.
How about 1/10 scale? Or you said Legacy T-shirts. Gotcha. We can get you a few of those.
Show us. What do we got going on in the shop?
So we got Dr. Bob's. It's gapped, trims on it. Everything is ready. Josh is over here on the left doing all the wiring for it, getting it all laid out with GM ECU, the new coach panel, a few other parts and pieces.
I was just pointing to it so they understood what I was...
Over there? Yeah, you might have been later than I said it.
Well, you said it, and it's kind of hard to see from a distance, but this is the dash bar that we've always, talked about and showed off, and it's got all the components mounted to it, and then everything wiring off of that. We've got some schematics here of what's going on with it all, and Josh is over there putting all his hard work into making the harness look great.
That's what he's working on.
Okay.
Look great, work great first, look great second.
Yes, and be easily accessible for maintenance and everything.
Whatever
like
you got to do.
Okay.
So yeah, we're getting all that ready on Dr. Bob's. It's got everything on it. Just needs to come apart. Get all the black coating on it. Take the motor and trans out of it, and get ready to go north. So then we have Chris.
Go north for the paint.
North for the paint.
Okay.
So then we've got Chris Yeti's number 6 Chevelle that we have that it's got its mock-up for the dual air intake. A whole bunch of work has been done to make the air breathe cooler air to the air cleaners. Working on a couple other things to go in the engine bay.
This has got a different ECU system.
This is a Holley ECU, so there's no mass airflow sensor. Traction control is also possible, so we were gonna put that into this one. Just a bunch of things like that are kind of going along.
This one is a 6-speed Bowler blueprinted transmission.
6-speed Bowler, Don Hardy LT4. And this one is a factory LT4 with a 10-speed automatic.
And we are trying to lean on, this is Grand Touring.
This is kind of our Grand Touring direction, and that's our muscle, I don't know.
Rowdy package.
However you want to do it. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we got Black Cherry here, who needs an alignment, needs a dash pad covered. I'm sure there's a bunch of little odds and ends. We have a few things under the hood we'd like to paint, depending on what the customer wants, because this one is currently looking for a home. Christmas is coming, so is Easter, so is all that, whatever excuse you need.
There's a lot of birthdays probably.
So is her birthday.
Yeah.
Whatever you got, that's what we do at my house.
Okay.
It's her birthday.
Get a Chevelle.
You can do that. Looks real. I'll get out of the way so you can see it, because that's way better than me.
This thing sits very nice.
So it just needs to go down for a thorough alignment because it's independent front and rear suspension. There's a lot of work in that. So we're getting that stuff dialed. We've been doing a lot of work on Darrell's Nova. It's really looking good. Making bumper adjustments, finishing the lower front valence. The carbon hood is at fiber forged finally. So we're waiting on that. We've got our BBT aero mirrors mocked up on here in the carbon outsides. So those all turned out nice. We've made our door handles are all operational. We made our door stop so the doors open a little further because everything due to the shape of all this, gets into the cowl and makes everything smaller. So we've got our bulletproof glass, carbon steering wheel in there that we sell. Just getting everything. Jose's doing all the wiring and plumbing and setting all that stuff up before he starts to mock it up on the outside of the car.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of room under there for 800 horsepower. So for all the pumps, coolers, all that stuff. Marcus is working on the rear bumper, kind of tweaking on that thing, just changing a little edge on there that we don't like, and moving forward on that. Over here we got Bill's 1966 Chevelle. Been kind of caught up in getting everything back together. Obviously running, driving, stopping, and steering. We adjusted the bump steer yesterday, getting ride height defined with all the spring rates, getting everything set to be optimum so we can send it out for alignment as well. We have a few small parts and pieces to complete on it. We got a few parts back from powder coat this morning. Getting ready to, once it's all aligned and all that, we can start tuning it on the street, getting all that together.
And you say tuning it on street because we've talked about this previously. You're not a big fan of like dyno tuning, like on a dyno. You want street tuning.
Well, dyno tuning, you can do some drivability on the dyno, but it's really not the street where you're gonna downshift and you're gonna do that. Yes, you can downshift on the dyno. Yes, you can do some of that stuff, but it's just not the same. And so we like it where you roll up and you're in traffic. We like it where you can really predict what is going to be in real life. So we come up, we spend a lot of time and maybe even a few times tuning it for the cold start, tuning it for it to heat soak and restart, tuning it so that it's just meant to be driven.
Throttle response.
Throttle response. We work on the wide open throttle. We work on those things. Some of these cars that are getting into the larger horsepower, some of them need to be tuned with either a guy who's willing to tune it in Mexico or willing to whatever you would like, however you'd like to say that without incriminating anyone.
Spirited driving?
Spirited driving in Mexico on a closed course with a professional driver.
Got it. Okay.
So as you can see, the interior's looking good.
Yeah, those seats, I have to say, the design on the seat really came out nice, and it really does flow with this car.
Yeah, Cato did a great job.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him, huh?
Yeah. So I think the texture that we did in there, that was more of a matte finish, rough texture, turned out real good. You could see, I'm sure I make it look lower, but it's pretty dang low.
Yeah, it's definitely. We see a lot of these Chevelles while they're being built, and usually they're sitting up on stands, so you kind of get an overview of like kind of how it looks, and they also don't have the wheels on them. You know, they have the wagon wheel, goonie wheels on it. But once they hit the ground.
Yeah. Well, and we did a ton of work in the front to move all that around. The SpeedTech chassis that's underneath has the rack has a lot of travel, so we'll probably put a little bit of stops in there just so it can have the tire width, because you really don't need that much turning angle, really. So try to get that stuff together. And of course, Bill couldn't be here today to go over it because he had another meeting.
I was looking forward to having him on the mic and being able to talk with him, because this has been a long time in the making, and it's special. So I don't know what the meeting was all about.
The car is special or Bill's special?
The car is special. Bill's an awesome dude.
Yeah, I don't even know if he watches this, so he probably won't comment.
You're going to put the little nuggets in there to see if he watches, huh?
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, he couldn't be here today. We were hoping to do that today, and so we'll keep going with that.
The special part is that it's been in the making for a long time. We've kind of teased it, but haven't been able to show it. I've been able to see it, and it's just great that we're able to show it off now.
So there will be a video that we have coming that will explain a lot of the details. You'll be able to see that. Obviously, this is just an overview of what's going on here. So shall we head over to the fab shop?
No, let's talk about this right here.
Oh yeah, if you want to start. Yeah.
Let's
Chevelle number 15. which is really the easy way of saying like 6.5 or 7.5, whatever it is. We sold this chassis to a guy a while back. He was going to install it. I think he knew that the body he had was Swiss cheese. So we have been hired to install the body, fix the, make it American cheese apparently, and get that body installed, get all that, do the fab work for him so that he can do all the fun parts.
So, as we've stated many, many times, we are selling this chassis, this collaboration between Ironworks and Roadster Shop, unibody chassis for the Chevelles to be the Legacy Series setup. And they purchased this a while back. It got to their location. Everything was great. And then they said, you know what? Let's just have you guys do it. As in, make it a roller. So it's now here. And that's another thing I want to point out is that Roger has developed some processes to, if someone wants to purchase it, the chassis, and have it installed on the car and make it a roller to where you can take it home and finish it yourself, you've got that process.
Yep.
Which is this right here.
Yep. So we'll order you up a chassis and get your body all prepped and install it. It's really a pretty simple deal, and you can decide where we stop and where that's going to be. So, and then we have donor cars for our own cars out back. If you don't already have a special Chevelle, we can help you with that one too.
Okay. Now let's go and see the body that's going on this.
Are you sure?
All right. So you guys are saving another Chevelle.
Oh, we are saving one.
Yes.
This one's been mistreated.
So real quick, this one has been sitting around for a good handful of years. It probably was about 20, 30 years ago since last time it had some work done to it. And
restored.
Yeah. And it holds some sentimental value to the owner.
Of some sort.
And the effort's going to be put into saving this one.
Yeah, so we have new quarters and everything. We cut all the quarters off to leave the structures so that we could blast everything that you don't see. So we're not trying to transport just flimsy body out there. And so it allows us to get in there and work in the cleaner areas. We've already gotten all the panels to change all that.
Show right here. Show this all.
I mean, this is, you can see here where they lapped the sheet metal over the rusty panel. You can see this finger thickness of Bondo that's still low. It needs, I don't even know if 2 fingers of mud would actually make that thing straight. But yeah, so we've got to remove all that. There's rust there. The windows are hammered. All that stuff is pretty easily handled when you replace the quarters, replace the roof, because the quarters and the roof and the quarter on that side will get it to there, and then you can replace this panel at the same time. It's not terrible. So it's kind of a shame because the best part is the floors in this are actually really good, which is the part we won't keep. So
this is abnormal because usually the floors are tore up more than anything else, and this one,
obviously the window's sealed.
Yeah.
So the water stayed outside the car and not inside the car.
Yeah.
So yes, back here in the fab shop, we've got some storage stuff going on as we're sorting through some parts. We're getting the suspension into the Cadillac here to make this thing a driver here soon.
This hood is huge.
Huge. Takes like 3 people to hold it.
It almost looks like a tonneau cover to a bed.
Or a boat. Like you could turn it over and make a good ski boat out of it.
Man. All right, so we got this back in the mix and working on it.
Yeah, just getting the suspension under that, front and rear, motor mounts cleaned up. The rust repair on the rockers, you can see the rust repair in there. So we're trying to keep this stuff at a minimum. And been working on that. You can see what's left of the rocker on the ground. So.
Wow. And this is, what year is this?
41.
Yeah, she's an
1941. It's a big car.
Yeah.
So, and then back here we've got our 58 Impala that we've got done fixing most of the previous work. We replaced this panel. We replaced this panel. This here has a few bumps in it, but we're not going to hammer that out until we get a few other things fixed because there's some just poor repairs in here. And so we're working our way back of getting this straight. Somebody thought that this thing needed to taper in for some reason. So that side didn't taper in, but they made this one taper in. And so we're fixing that. We've been going through the back section back here where you can see the roughness back here. You can see that type of stuff. And so over here, we've been handling the little parts of rust. We put all new fender lips on here. Just getting all the parts and pieces because there's no quarters available for these cars.
It's a 1 year only.
It's a 1 year only car. 1958 Impala, great looking car. Has a lot of cool details. And so we're getting that stuff in. I think one of the wheel tubs is in it. Nope, it's back out of it. So they're over here. We made the wheel tubs to mini tub it. And so we're getting all that in.
Mini tub, I mean, what's this thing gonna fit in the back here? Because
335. 335. 335 barely fits.
Wow.
So we had to move the body mount that was here and the body mount that was there to mini tub it in. We're gonna move, the body mounts are sitting up there, and so we're gonna move the body mount to the inside. Whoever did the work before cut the floor too narrow. So we're gonna bring the floor back. The floor that was in here was just set in here. And so we're trying to get everything kind of set back in place. So we're just sneaking up on.
Huge trunk.
Oh man, it's huge.
And huge wheel wells.
The wheel wells over here are huge. So you can see this one here that's all welded out and metal finished. The fender lips put on it. Everything's ready. The notch is in there to be put into index with the trunk hinge supports. And then this tapers back to clear the frame rails that are there. So, and fitting all the wheel tub in there.
Wow.
As far as that, we've just been trying to get the rear end, the sheet metal itself straight in the back and getting the rear floor pieces made because we've made trunk floor, just all kinds of big parts.
Well, it's obviously going to have enough motor.
It's going to have enough motor. So it looks like I think we're going to have to move the motor back a little bit to get the throttle body connected through there with the radiator. But there's enough room in the mounts to just slide that back a little bit, and then we'll be able to build the trans tunnel and finish out adapting the body. But as you look down the side of the car, it's just so much straighter than it was. It was terrible.
That's great. Okay.
So other than that, that's pretty much it. I think you guys have seen the fiber laser. We've got that up and going. Using that on a daily basis from Shop Saver. That's nice. We kind of swapped the shop where a lot of old plasma and stuff was up here, and now that's a storage area. So we have a lot of stuff set up there that's going to go on that body for the Chevelle, and that's really pretty much it.
Okay.
So.
Well, if you guys want to see more about any of these particular vehicles, we are all going to have the individual updates on them for YouTube videos, so stay tuned for those. And as always, if you'd like to get a hold of Roger and the team to facilitate one of your ideas of a build, just hit them up on the info contact page.
Just contact page on our website. We'll email us, answer a few questions. If it's parts or if it's a build or whatever, it's going to send it to the right person, and we will respond back to you pretty quickly. So thank you very much. Have a good day.